Paryavaranam hi Jeevanam. Environment is life. India as a land where living sustainably in harmony with nature has been part of our cultural ethos for millennia. However, now, as the fastest growing major economy and with an aspirational and technology-savvy young population, there are tremendous demands being placed on its scarce natural resources, putting the current development needs in conflict with its environment. This has spurred India to take a more proactive and determined approach in meeting its sustainability goals. An integral part of the India growth story has been the exponential growth in digital services. In 2023 alone, India recorded 114 billion digital payment transactions, which is more than the next 4 countries put together. We are witnessing robust growth in IT infrastructure, IT services, and the underlying data center facilities. We know all these are major contributors to greenhouse gas emissions and do take us away from our sustainability objectives. Now, in Asia Pacific, we have managed to reduce our carbon intensity by about 2.8%, which is well short of the 17.2% needed for us to limit global warming to 1.5 degrees centigrade above pre-industrial levels. Now, if the experience of developed economies is to go by, it's just a matter of time before our sustainability initiatives and carbon emissions are going to be brought under the purview of regulators so that the country can remain confident of meeting its climate commitments. Now, this alone is a good enough reason for all companies to pay more attention, like Cyrus was mentioning, to reducing greenhouse gas emissions, which are commonly referred to as decarbonization. However, there are 3 other important benefits from sustainability. Decarbonizing can help us reduce our energy costs by reducing the amount of power that is needed for us to run our operations. Decarbonizing can also improve the company's reputation from being a socially responsible business. And this can enhance customer loyalty, attract new customers, and at the same time, differentiate yourself from your competitors. Decarbonizing can also help manage the risks associated with climate change, such as disruptions to supply chains, extreme weather events, and regulatory changes. Now, this can help you build resilience and protect your business from potential disruptions. As per a recent survey conducted of global CEOs, 70% of them have already set emission reduction goals, and 58% of organizations have started incorporating sustainability objectives into their RFPs when selecting their IT partners. Now that we have covered why sustainability is a monumental imperative, the next step is to gain a better understanding where exactly are these greenhouse gas emissions coming from. And generally, they're classified into 3 categories. Scope 1, direct greenhouse gas emissions that occur from sources owned and controlled by the company. Scope 2, indirect greenhouse gas emissions from the generation of purchased electricity consumed by the company. And Scope 3 are all other indirect greenhouse gas emissions which are occurring because of the company's upstream and downstream activities. Sustainability is a journey, and it starts by defining your sustainability strategy, identifying the environmental and social issues that are most relevant for your business, and setting ambitious targets. Following would be to develop a roadmap that defines the initiatives, partnerships, technologies, and business models that you will implement to achieve your objectives. Following that, the steps would be to ensure that you have the know-how, the capabilities, the resources, and support from your correct stakeholders to do things differently and to deliver on each initiative. Implementing the right technology and governance systems that will allow you to report progress towards your sustainability goals is critical, and also allowing you to mature and move up the sustainability maturity curve. Underpinning all this is the need to have a set of robust metrics and access to sufficient trusted data. Now, this may appear challenging and formidable. You are not alone. That's why getting the right sustainability technology partner is critical. Now, let me share a story of a customer who's a large global financial institution and who wanted to understand energy consumption from the data centers and uncover insights to reduce the carbon footprint. However, they did not have a proper mechanism for gathering data from the data center assets to understand where the emission hotspots were occurring. They also did not have any consistent sustainability metrics that would allow them to make data-driven decisions of how to reduce the carbon footprint. Hitachi Vantara worked with them to put in place an architecture that would allow them to gather insights from existing data streams. We also helped build and deploy a carbon insights platform that guides their decarbonization efforts today. And the outcome of this partnership allowed the customer to gain better insights where the data center emissions were taking place and take proactive, data-driven decisions in supporting the sustainability goals. Now, our approach to IT decarbonization is holistic. We call it Green IT, and it covers 6 areas. We have power supply and equipment, IT infrastructure, applications, architecture and engineering, cloud strategy, and data stewardship, all underpinned by data-driven analytics. Through our portfolio of highly energy-efficient products, meaningful hybrid cloud offerings, data lifecycle management, and data-driven insights, we can help our customers achieve industry-leading results in operating a green IT. Last year, Gejima, a South Africa-based ICT company, was looking to modernize the data center by improving the storage performance while also focusing on improving sustainability and efficiencies, allowing them to lower their carbon footprint and overall costs. Gejima successfully identified and deployed Hitachi Vantara VSP systems. As a result of this infrastructure, the customer is already witnessing a 66% reduction in power, cooling, and space requirements. Hitachi Limited has set very ambitious sustainability targets to become carbon neutral in scopes 1 and 2 by 2030 and scope 3 by 2050. We are an active and leading member of all the global initiatives and groups related to sustainability, including COP and the World Economic Forum. As an ardent practitioner of circular economics, Hitachi Vantara follows an eternity design mindset that extends the life cycle of our products while also embedding, reducing, and recycling principles in all our products. To conclude, sustainability has many benefits beyond just environmental protection. This is a journey that calls for a bold strategy to be executed through data-driven insights and working with partners who have a strong and demonstrable track record and commitment in this space. Thus, data growth can remain planet-friendly.
How many of you have what we call a sustainability project or sustainability goal in your respective organizations? What are they expecting you as the IT head to do? What are the goals? They're saying reduce carbon footprint, can't be. Are they saying let's do a little saving of electricity? I mean, where? Let's just start randomly with anyone saying, what is it that people are asking you to do? I mean, what are your institutions asking you to do? And from IDC's point of view, we would love to document that, look, these are initiatives that are happening. And of course, maturity would vary. Some are barely doing something. So Rajesh mentioned tool sets, and you mentioned tool sets. Schneider Electric, which is the creator and the design maker of various data centers, along with a power continuity company called APC, American Power Corporation, that they acquired a few years ago, they have started coming up with some tool sets. So if you have a very large data center, how much cooling, how much weightage, how much ground clearance, how much ventilation is needed, and all of those matrices, all so that you become a little bit greener.
One of the benefits of being part of the Hitachi Limited is that we do have access to Hitachi Energy, and they are actually an industry leader when it comes to some of the green efforts which are actually happening in many parts of the world. So if any of your companies are interested, we can actually partner together and then make sure that we are bringing that collective knowledge and IP into the conversation.
Superb. So if there is an awareness, tick. There is a board mandate, tick. There are RBI, SEBI, and other requirements around sustainability, tick. So your advice from a Hitachi Vantara, or more from a practitioner's point of view, where do you start? Is there an evaluation tool, maybe? Is there an assessment criteria? Is there a figuring out sort of a questionnaire or discovery stage that you can walk us through so that you can arrive to some sort of maturity?
I think all the initiatives and work that we do with customers, like you were mentioning, starts with the overall sustainability strategy that you have adopted for the company. And like we hear, more and more companies are making sure that they put in place a strategy. So step number one for us would be to engage with you around your strategy, to understand where are some of the gaps that you witness today. So like we heard, there are some companies which may not be having any play in scope 1 at all. And then the focus then becomes only scope 2 and scope 3. But there are other organizations, specifically manufacturing, where there is a lot of effort to be spent along with them in scope 1. I think to Cyrus's question, the first point for us to engage would be around your strategy, to understand what are the deviations and how and where we can actually start partnering with you.